Listen, that feels so much better. Listen, what y'all don't be seeing that's going on behind the scenes. That feels better. All right, guys, we are here for another episode of the That's Scary with Meloney P podcast. We have a guest in the building, Brooke Chalk, yoga instructor, woman empowerment coach extraordinaire. Brooke, okay, that's you. How are you feeling? She said, that's me. I know that's right. How you feeling?
I'm good, girl. I feel good. I feel peaceful. I'm so glad to be here.
Oh, thank you. The key word of 2023, girl, is peace. Like, peaceful. We'll get into our mental health check-in, girl, but just that word holds so much power. And I'm literally just learning that in the past couple of years. Peaceful. That's good.
I'll say within the last year.
Really?
2 years.
Yeah, let me put your microphone too close to your mic. So, you know how we do. Every episode, we start with a mental health check-in. Okay, how am I feeling? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good. This is my first show that I recorded on a Sunday in the daytime. So it's a new, kind of energy recording in the morning, recording in the daytime. And I like it. It feels very fresh. I feel like I normally record right after work. So I'm rushing, I'm speeding. I get off work and then I'm rushing to get everything set up, rushing for the guests. But this feels really good.
Right.
This is my new little vibe for the rest of the year and the rest of the podcast.
That
girl.
Word again is peaceful,
vibe.
right?
And it is. I said that.
Yeah, you said that.
Okay, I ain't know that, girl. Yes, peaceful. Listen, I'm saying it. I want to ooze peace. Yes. I want to ooze peace. But how you feeling, really?
Good.
You feeling
good. I'm peaceful again. I'm happy to be here.
Yes.
And as long as you continue to say that, you're gonna ooze it. You're gonna draw it into your life.
Ooze. Ugh. That sounds nasty. That word ooze sounds nasty.
Nasty. But it's okay to be a little nasty and classy at the same time.
Right. So, Brooke, you are a yoga instructor, a woman's empowerment coach. Tell me about that. What does that mean? A woman empowerment coach?
So I'll say this. I started back in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
I started this women's empowerment business called The Power Within because I want women worldwide to know that we have the power within us to do anything, to put our mind, we have the power within to overcome anything. So I'm like, I got to spread this word to women.
Right.
I got to uplift these women. And then the yoga part came in 2019.
Wow. Okay. All right. Yoga and empowerment. It's so funny because when I think of woman empowerment, and this is horrible, I be thinking of scam. Now, I don't get that from you, but I get that from a lot. I feel like everywhere you turn, there are these women empowerment, panels and these spend $200 on a ticket, come to my panel, get me rich, and I'm going to give you 3 nuggets. I'm going to keep some of it to myself. I know people like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I hate that.
I'm so glad you said that. Because it's going on way too much. It's like a scam. It's not real.
Yeah.
It's not real. That's why I try to, put little gems here and there and tell people, most of all, go within you.
Right. I hate that. I feel like everything now, and this is what I hate about our current time. Now, I love how we've advanced in so many different ways. However, I feel like influencers, podcasts, you know what I'm saying? So much stuff is clouded because people are trying to make money, and then what it does is it blocks the real people who have genuineness to give, but people be thinking, damn, is this a scam? You know what I'm saying? So people are really hesitant sometimes because everybody is flooded. All these different markets are really flooded, and then when it floods, it blocks the people that you need to get to, and I really hate that. I really, really, really hate that. I think I've already did my mental check-in, didn't I, girl? Listen, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Listen. Because it's morning time. Listen, I just gave her a mimosa, but I've had a couple of these before she got here, along with some other stuff. I'm glad because Jason makes these. He made mine, and listen, I gave her all champagne, and anytime I get a drink, I be like, a splash of Coke. Give me the Hennessy and a splash of Coke. Right. Even when I'm out, I'd be like, give me a mimosa with a splash of orange juice. Just give me champagne. And she was like, no, put a little bit more orange juice in that because, listen, I ain't trying to be drunk in your house. But listen, we have a great show today. we have a little speed round of hot topics. Listen, I know y'all be coming to the show to hear the subject matter experts give y'all advice and direction and guidance, but we got some hot topics going on today good ones, right? That I really want to touch on and get Brooke's opinion, y'all. So listen, like I say every show, don't cancel me. The views that are expressed in my show are my views, okay? And my guest views. So listen, don't cancel us. It is what it is. First thing, Zaya Wade. Zaya Wade, she's 15 years old. She transitioned to be transgender back in like 2020. Obviously, you know her parents, Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. What are your thoughts? 15, she's now fully blown, I guess, on the outside, showing up in the world as a girl. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are that's a child. I'm going to repeat that. That's a child. So I'm going to leave it at that. Whatever Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union Wade decide to do or let their child do, that's their business.
Yeah.
I have nothing to say about that child. That's a child.
Right.
And that's just how I see it. Yeah.
So you have sons, right? So if your son came to you and was like, I think I might be in the wrong body, I'm thinking about transitioning, what would you say?
I would, honestly, I don't know what I would say. Let's start there.
Yeah.
I would be surprised, but I would talk to them. I would understand them, and we would go from there.
Wow.
See, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, I agree. I don't have any sons. I have nephews and stuff like that. Number one, I agree. So my opinion is this, and we can all say what we would do if the shoes were on our feet. And listen, I don't really care what nobody think. I have an opinion. It might be right, it might be wrong. Right. I wouldn't want that for my son. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Just to be quite honest, I would not want that for my son because I know, just like being a black boy in America nowadays, I mean, sometimes that could come with a lot. So being a black boy and being, transgender, gay, or anything that's outside societal norms, it just comes with so much more than what you already have to go through. I don't think that I would allow my child to make that decision at 14 or 15. At 20, I was still trying to find myself, you know what I'm saying? Like who I was at 20, and I always say this, and who I am now are two different people. Like I literally just said that I'm just learning about peace and shit like that. Like it took me that long, you know what I'm saying, to understand that's the major currency. Right. I just don't think I would talk to them. I would try to understand, but I don't think I would let them go full blown transgender and show up as a woman. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely enlist a therapist to help, me and the child and kind of navigate through that, But I just don't think that I would just let them go through. Now, with that being said, I don't know what's happening in their household, obviously, you know what I'm saying? What conversations they've had. I've heard rumblings of the mom not being for it, but I guess she lives with Dwayne. And I don't know what.
The mom lives with?
No.
The child.
The child. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, wait.
Like, what child? Because listen, like, I've heard a lot. I've heard that Dwayne, I don't want to like gossip, but like, I've heard that Dwayne Wade is a little bit, bi-curious, or, he has a very strong, to me, he has a strong feminine energy. You know what I'm saying? I've seen him dressed in some outfits that could be deemed kind of feminine. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? But
that's funny, right? Because I seen this video. I wish I saved it. And it was a guy, and he was talking like this, and he was like, "But I can say anything, right?
Yeah, you can say anything.
I love pussy. I would never touch a man. But this how he was talking. He was serious.
Really?
So, he was so serious. He was like, I'm metrosexual or something.
Ooh.
I love, and I would never touch a man. Men are disgusting.
Oh, was he? But he wasn't gay?
He wasn't gay. So how do we know? Like you said, we don't know what's going on in their household.
Wow.
Dwayne Wade could just like to get his nails done.
Wow, that's true.
We don't
know.
True.
And that's true. And you know what? I'm glad you said that, because that really, and you know, the saying is that Black people seem to be more hard on their kids. You know, if they're saying they're gay or if they're saying they're transgender, like white people seem to be more accepting of that. Black people, you know, especially Black people in the church, you know what I'm saying? Like they are against that and blah, blah, blah. They have a harder time. That's why there seem to be so many undercover Black men. What? Is this
I think I need more.
Let me take a Jason and see if we can go and get some more. But yeah, like people seem to really like, Black people seem to really have a hard time with accepting that in their families. Than white people, you know what I'm saying? That's interesting because I got a show. I told you I got a show coming up talking about, you know, sex tips for men. And I'm gonna tell this story now really quickly, but I'm gonna tell it again on the show. So I have dated, in college, I dated this dude, and he wasn't gay because he's now married. He's now twice married. He's married once, divorced, married again, got kids. So I know he's not gay. But he had a very strong feminineness that came with him. Really nice guy. I was in college, so what the hell did I know? But he had a very strong feminine vibe. He was raised by all women. And then I dated this other guy when I was actually dating out in the world dating. Yeah. I didn't think he was gay. But my friends thought he was gay. And I remember bringing him around my friends, and they thought, for the first time, he was just my gay friend. And I was like, gay friend? Like, no, he's like, this is the dude I'm dating. They was like, Meloney, no, he's gay. And, you know, when we would have sex, he could only have sex from behind. And I was like, okay, and I literally heard. Now again, this is one of the reasons why I'm about to have this show, child, about the sex tips. But I didn't think nothing of it. But then, because all my friends thought he was gay, I was like, oh my God, what if this dude is gay? And I asked him, and he said he wasn't. But that's a whole nother podcast.
Oh, I got something to say,
girl,
and then we can let it go. What? I've kind of been in that situation before too. But have you watched that show? The Tyler Perry show?
Which one?
What is it called? Sisters?
No.
It's a guy on there, right? And he likes for his girlfriend or whatever to put toys in his butt, but he's not gay. But that's what he wants. And he only wants a woman to do it. Yes.
So again, this is why I need a sex expert on the show, because we automatically think that sounds real gay, but
it's not.
It's not. And I heard that men have like the strongest orgasm if they're penetrated.
Like, I think that's their G-spot, right?
I don't know.
I think so. We got to look it up.
Oh, I got to look that up, child, because I always hear about that, and like men can get the strongest orgasm from their butts. But it's like, I don't know. And that goes to show that we need to kind of be more open-minded, right? Yeah. Because I don't know, we just so stupid. We are just so stupid. Because but that guy, I do think I think shit, maybe he wasn't gay, I don't know. But when you hear about a man being penetrated or by anything or only wanting a certain kind of sex like that, sometimes you think, this nigga gotta be gay.
That's the first thing that comes to our mind. But it's because of society.
Yeah. Ooh, I hate that, girl.
Like you said, we have to be more open-minded.
Right.
We have to be.
Right. We do. We got to do better. Especially Black people, we got to do better, child. Okay, next topic. Chrisean Rock, right? So on Instagram, I saw a post, and they had showed a before and after picture of Chrisean Rock before she dated Blueface and after she dated Blueface. And it was like night and day. And I ain't gonna lie, I said this before. I don't know if you watch Zeus Network. It's so hard. Don't even look at it. But it's a network called Zeus Network, and they have all the ratchet like TV shows and like Bad Girls Club like rebooted or whatever, and all types of different stuff. And that's kind of where Chrisean Rock kind of started. Is on this like show they have where all these girls be like fighting and stuff like that. But damn, like she looks so different now than she did before. Like, why do you think that is? Like, why now are toxic relationships glamorized?
I don't know. And that goes back to like we were saying about the Dwayne Wade's
Yeah.
family. We don't know that couple.
Right.
And you never know what happened. She does look different.
Yes.
She's still very beautiful.
Yes.
You just never know what's going on in that relationship. And then when it comes to relationships, men only do what we allow them to do.
That's true.
So it's like, maybe this is her journey. You know, this is just a part of her journey and growth.
Yeah.
And I hope that if it is really toxic, like we're seeing, I hope and pray that she comes up out of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she definitely looks different.
She looks different, man. Like, and this is what I hate. Like, he disrespects her so much. Like, so like with Dwayne Wade, them, like they're smart enough because they're older than them to kind of keep a lot of their stuff private as possible. But Krishan and Blueface, like they know that putting their dirt on Instagram, putting it everywhere, that's how they get paid. That's how they stay relevant. And she's super young. Like she's in her early 20s, whatever. But And what I agree with and what I've said is that this is her journey. Right. She is very young and she's having to go through this to hopefully get out on the other side better and learn from it. I guess this is just her journey. But I just hate to see the disrespect. Like she bragging about having abortions and all kinds of stuff like that. It makes me sad for her.
That just made me think about a video that popped up and he was like jerking her shirt or something. And I'm like, man, what?
Right.
Am I watching?
It's and then here's a messed up part. So she is kind of going further than him. Like, you know, it kind of started out, she was just known as Blueface's girlfriend. Now everybody talking about Krishan Rock. Now her music is trash. I don't like it. It sounds horrible, but you know, she milking it as much as she can to get the money. But now what I see is that he sees that she's getting a little bit of fame, she's getting a little bit of notoriety, and now he has been making her, especially this week and last, look real stupid on the vlogs. And that's what I just hate. I hate that so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, but again, she's so young. So, I mean, she just got to learn like the rest of us have already learned, child. It's a mess. It's really, really a mess.
I honestly don't get into it because it's sad. It's just... It makes me sad.
It makes me sad.
I don't get into it.
It makes me really sad, girl. Next hot topic, speed round. All right. Black Chyna. So Black Chyna is now, she's now being known as Angela White. Now she was Angela White who became Black Chyna. Now she's Black Chyna turned back to Angela White. I'm really here. So basically she's removing all of her implants. She's like going back to a more natural look. And I noticed that like a lot of celebrities now are kind of going away from the fake butt, the fake, you know, face, fake everything look. They're going more towards a natural look.
Right.
And I have heard some people say that, you know, is this just kind of like a PR stunt for her? Since, you know, she's getting older, she's no longer kind of the it girl. So what can she kind of do next to kind of make herself stay relevant? But I don't think that. I think she's gone through her journey. I think that she is seeing that the hoax that she's doing being Black Chyna is not really working for her.
Right.
She had this like tattoo of this demon on her body. I think on her thigh. She took it, you know, she's having that removed. I'm here for it. I don't think nothing's wrong with it.
Me either. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And if she's doing it for her kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
If she's really doing this for her kids, that is all that matters.
Yes.
That's all that matters. And I'm a mother of 4.
Mm-hmm.
I've been through levels of
Right.
growth.
Right.
Like I had to come to especially my 2 oldest and say, look, I'm sorry.
Right. Ooh.
We didn't get that from our parents.
Wow, we sure
you know?
didn't.
So that she's doing this for her kids, that's generational healing.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So hey,
That
I'm
is
all
key.
for it. That's why I'm like, yes.
Yes. That is, you know what? That's a show in itself, girl. Being able to go to your kids and apologize, because you're right. We did not get that. Like, and this is no shade to our parents or anything like that, because they come from a whole different generation. But that is promoting generational healing by being able to say, you know, I'm sorry, and taking accountability for your part in it, you know, in whatever's going on, and being able to grow from that. But she is just, I see good things. Like, I see good things. I will be very disappointed though if this is really just a PR stunt. She was on this movie I saw on Tubi called Secret Society. Mm-hmm. You saw that?
No.
Oh my God! Please listen. I listen. Don't judge me, but I watch all the Ratchet. I be working so hard. I watch all the Ratchet show when I'm off work. But she was on this movie called Secret Society on Tubi, and she was a really good actress. I think she has a lot of untapped into skills that we're going to see. And I think that's why kind of the Kardashians came for her so hard. You know, and that's a whole other topic in itself, child. They see our power, and sometimes they want to stop it. Sometimes they want to steal it. Sometimes they want to appropriate it, whatever. Another show, child. But I'm here for Black Chyna. I think she looks beautiful.
That's what I was going to say. I'm glad you said that. Yeah. She's a Black woman. She gonna rise regardless.
Right.
Krishan Rock is gonna rise.
You're right.
She a Black woman.
You're right.
Like they're gonna be okay.
Yeah, you're right.
They're gonna be.
You're right, girl. And that's the beauty of being a Black woman, y'all. I mean, it's almost on some like, I can't. What's a word I want to use? It's almost on some magic. It's magical.
It's goddess.
It's
that
goddess.
Feminine power.
It's goddess. It's feminine. Like don't judge me, but this is just my opinion. Mm-hmm. We are the originators. Everything comes from our womb, right? So at the end of the day, I mean, that's why people try so hard. Again, another show, but that's why people try so hard to like appropriate our culture, appropriate our hairstyles, our bodies, all that stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? People are killing to look like a Black woman, right?
Yep. So Black Chyna is gonna be just fine.
She's gonna be good. Mm-hmm. I'm excited for her. I hope that this time next year she'll be going even further, and that she'll still be kind of on her journey, and she'll be more evolved to getting back to Angela White. Now, again, talking about like parents. Now, her mom, that is a show, because I saw before Black Chyna became back Angela White, I saw her mom on social media dogging her so bad, just like saying she looked a mess. So Angela was or Black Chyna was at this award show, and her mama was talking about how bad she looked, and why was she there?
Listen, God's still working on me. I just picture her mama's face, like yelling and just going off and just talking shit.
You can
Black Chyna is doing some healing.
You're right.
Some generational healing. She coming up out of whatever that is that her mama need to come up off of and out of. Mm-hmm. She's coming out of that.
You're right. And see, I didn't even think about what she had, what she came from. You know what I'm saying? Her mom, and again, we don't know, we're just giving our opinions, but her mom seems like the kind of mom, I heard that her mom used to like sell her, for money and stuff like that. So I think sometimes it's really good to kind of, if you're in that situation, to separate yourself from your parent if you have to. I don't, Black Chyna, or I'm sorry, Angela White now, she's healing. I don't think her mom is there. So I could see her mom making her relapse, or making her, go back to whatever the case might be. Mm-hmm. But this is an example of how you need to kind of sometimes distance yourself from family, anybody. It could be anybody, family, brother, sister, mother, whoever. You know what I'm saying? Next, this one right here is one that bothers me. So the next speed hot topic, Ashanti. So I have been seeing this for the past several weeks on Instagram, like people shaming her for being 42 and not having no kids and never being married. So they shame you if you have kids, and maybe not no husband, whatever. But they shame you for not having kids. If I said that right, you know what I mean. I know y'all know what I mean. What the hell? Like, what's up with this?
I don't know.
Ugh.
It's society. It's stupid.
So horrible.
So stupid. 42 is still young.
Right.
She is that part. Beautiful.
Right.
Where in the book, what book shows that she has to be married with kids right now?
Right.
Who even knows if I don't know.
Right.
I don't study. I don't look into all of that. But who knows if she wants kids right now? Like, let her live her life.
Right. Like, why are they on, I out of all the stuff going on that y'all could be talking about, why are you bashing a black woman for not having kids? Like, and here's the sick part. How do you know that she can even have kids? You know what I'm saying? And I'm praying to God that she can if she wants that. But to actually be putting that out that, oh my God, you don't have kids, you must be tainted or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, you're 42 and you've never been married. What's wrong with you? How many people are 42 and they married in horrible marriages and want to get out? You know what I'm saying?
In the streets.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Or like, you know, in a situation where, you know, you done had a kid by somebody and now you're like, oh my God, what have I done? Now you stuck. So to me, instead of bashing her for not having no kids or no husband, we should be applauding her for doing what looks right to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are always trying to project what they think your life should look like onto you. And it's not necessary. And that's how people be killing themselves or forcing themselves to be in situations they don't want to be in because they're trying to like, okay, well, damn, I don't want this, but everybody else say I should have this. Right. So maybe I should do this shit that I really don't want. You know?
Yep.
She's beautiful.
Exactly. She's beautiful. Again, she's a goddess black woman.
So true.
Leave her alone.
Leave her alone.
She's good.
I hate that, man. Like, you know, she was dating Nelly. So, okay, so let's play devil's advocate, okay? So we're bashing her, meaning y'all bashing her for, you know, not having kids, not ever being married at 42. But let's rewind. Let's say she did what y'all wanted her to do. Let's say she married Nelly. Now, Nelly was dating some woman for several years. He never married her. She never had kids. I think he cheated on her. So what if Ashanti would have said, you know what? I don't want to be married. I don't want no kids, but that's what I should do. So let me marry Nelly. And now she'd be 42 with kids and having a man cheat on her.
Yeah, and sad and
right.
probably miserable.
And depressed and miserable, and her growth would be stunted. You know, she's, even though she is 42, which there's no even though, she is still performing, you know what I'm saying? She's still out here. She's still relevant. Like, that should be an applause.
Right.
Not like going after her. I cannot stand that. I cannot stand that.
Either, but hey.
Right. I hate that. Okay, 2 more to go, y'all, and then we on to our subject matter expert. All right, Cardi B was saying, you know, she stay in something. She stay on Twitter. She stay on Instagram. She stay in the shade room. She said that men or whoever have an expectation to have sex several times a day is ridiculous, right? She said that the only way that you could be having sex several times a day is if you were on Percocet or on some kind of drug or something like that. What's your thought about that?
I think she's right.
I agree.
Because I'm not about to be doing that all day.
Who has time for that? No. Like, no. I would now... Cardi probably around the same age as us or whatever. Nobody don't got time for that. Like,
it's too much.
That's too much.
And then think about it. Like, who knows what other people are doing? But like, I go to work. Right. I have kids. Right. I can't. It's not possible for me personally to lay up and do nasty stuff all day. No,
look, nasty stuff.
Yeah,
nasty stuff.
Now. Back in the day, you know, I might have
had an all dayer.
Yeah, might have did it a little bit more than I do now. But
have you ever had sex like all day, even back then?
No,
really?
No, maybe no.
Now, hold up, think about it. Now, think about like when you was in your 20s or late 20s, whatever. Have you never dated somebody?
Okay, I have.
Let me pull this out of her.
Now that I think about it.
Yeah. I mean, but like. I think
want to think about that person, really? But I have.
I have. Yeah. Those sometimes be the best, child. But like, ew, like I'm literally sitting here. That shit made me tired thinking about it. Like, it made me tired. Like, because what are we doing? Are we starting and stopping? Is it just 4 times back to back? Like, what the hell are you doing to be having sex? Start, stop all day.
Like, what is it?
No, I don't want to.
Gotta be something like real magical to make me want to give it to you multiple times. Like,
I know. And then you know, and this is just me being a weirdo because I hate certain things. Like, I don't want to be in no soggy, cummy sheets.
Yeah. Over and over. Like, that's sweat. That's liquids. It's like, I cannot stand that. And then, you gotta get up.
You gotta get up. And this is my pet peeve. Listen, I can go on. Like, I cannot stand like the stains that like that's in those sheets.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I just don't like that. I do not like like stains in the sheets. I had an invention. I don't like that, girl. I had this invention because I ain't never like that. Yeah. And I had this invention in my head, and I wonder if Amazon got it because they got everything. What if somebody created like something that you could put on the end of your bed, and then if you and your partner had sex and there was something in the sheets, you can just roll that thing up until, you know what I'm saying, roll it up and give you another couple of days before that stain is there.
You need to invent that.
I need to invent that, girl, because I know I can't be the only one. Like, I cannot, even like, and it's very normal because we're adults and people are having sex and shit like that, and people ain't washing their sheets every day. You know I'm not. But it's like the next day, if I'm making a bed and I see that white cloud looking stain on the sheets, I don't want to see that, man. That's disgusting. I don't want to see that shit. So I know I ain't having sex all day because I don't want to see them stains on the sheets all day. It's too much. It's really, really too much, y'all. Ugh. All right. Oh shit, that was our last hot topic. No. One more. And this one, y'all, because I'm all about love, and marriage and shit like that. So, Eva Marcelle and her husband are getting a divorce. So do you watch Housewives Atlanta?
I watched a little bit of it.
So I am a Housewives chick. I love the Housewives shows, and I really like the black ones especially. And I watched this season with Eva and her husband. And when I saw them, because again, we keep saying we never know what's going on behind somebody's closed door, so all I can do is assume. But I was like, wow, what a beautiful family. What a beautiful couple. You know, she's in the spotlight. He's more so behind the scenes. You know, he took in her daughter and was raising her like, you know, his own. Beautiful black family. But they put on Instagram that, you know, they were filing for divorce. But then Mike Sterling, he posted and was like, he's fighting for his family. He's fighting for his family. He's not accepting this divorce. He's fighting for his family. What are your thoughts?
I honestly don't get too much into all of that, right? Yeah. But I love Eva.
Yeah.
I love Eva. She's beautiful.
So beautiful.
I wish the best for them.
Yeah.
Especially if it's real love. Again, like you said, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But if it's real love, I do believe you should fight for it. So I wish them the best.
Yeah. And, you know, I want to see more families fighting to stay a family. Now, again, reality kicks in. You know, relationships can be very difficult. Having a kid, having children, marriage, work, all that stuff. It's so hard, and it's hard nowadays to like sustain a marriage. You know, it does take work. It does take fighting for it. But it's just, I just admire the fact that he's just not going for it. He's trying to fight for his marriage, and I really love them. I wish them all the best. I hope that like next week episode I can say that they have, you know, they're no longer getting divorced, and they're going to be together, because I like them. I like them a lot. I like him. Now, it do make me think, you know, she was married to somebody, I think a basketball player or something, that kind of did her really dirty. Was he a singer? Yeah. I don't know who that dude was, but she was married. Her first kid is by this dude, famous dude or whatever. And, you know, he's kind of like a bad boy, but her husband is more so of a wholesome. He's an attorney, you know. I think he like ran for mayor or something like that in Atlanta. And it made me think about like Sierra, you know what I'm saying? How she had a bad boy. Now she has, you know, Russell. Right. And I pray that they're doing well, but sometimes it make you think, do these women really be wanting the bad boy or like the wholesome dude? I like a Russell myself. I don't want no bad boy. And he rich. Listen. So that ends our hot topic speed round. So we want to get into some discussion questions with Miss Brooke about her business, about the yoga, about her women empowerment. So we said earlier that you do yoga, you do yoga instruction, and that you are a women empowerment coach. So how did you get into yoga?
So I got into yoga, honestly, when I first seen yoga, I wanted to try it because it looked cool.
Really?
Yeah. Like I love to dance. I love to move. Like I took tap, ballet, dance, jazz, all of that. So I'm like, ooh, that's pretty. I want to try it, honestly. But then I met up with my cousin because she was the one that was doing it. And when she showed me the basics, wow.
Really?
Yoga is so much more than just the poses, which are
Really?
called asanas.
Oh.
It's so much more than that.
Asanas.
Yoga is really the mind, connecting the mind, body, and soul.
Wow. So I saw that you on your Instagram, I saw that you were doing yoga with kids.
Mm-hmm.
So how does that work? Like, was that difficult?
Not so much because I have kids.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the only reason why it wasn't.
Yeah.
Would I do that full time? No. But no, it wasn't difficult. It was beautiful.
Really?
Yes, girl. It was so beautiful. It wasn't difficult. And like a lot of poses are like cat cow and tiger pose. So I kind of related those poses to the so they loved it.
How did they like adapt to like, you know, doing it? Like, were they into it or like
They
immediately, or did they have to like it?
No, they were into it immediately. Wow. It was so cute seeing them sit there and like
breathing, which is so important. Yes. Wow. Do you do yoga with your kids?
I try.
Yeah.
I try, and I don't pressure them because I don't want them to think it's anything like that they have to do. I want them to come to it naturally, which I feel like eventually they will. Yeah. Because my oldest, and especially my daughter, told me, like, Mama, I seen you change.
Oh, wow.
Once you started yoga. So
how did you change? Girl. How did you... That was a long girl. How? I mean, because I feel like that. I feel like yoga, like you said it, like it's more than just poses. It has to do with your mind, and it's like if you can control your mind, you can control so much. Damn. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, I could only imagine really how that would change anybody's life.
Yeah. So it helped heal me. It brought me so much clarity. It's still helping to heal me. Like, cause you know, healing is a never ending process. Yeah. So it just helped heal me, bring me so much clarity, and bring me to that place of calm and peace. Yeah. And it's still a work in progress. Really? But that's why it's helpful.
So I saw that you follow Sheila Marie. You follow her?
Oh my God. I love Sheila. Like, she's the number one, like, out of all of these women empowerment people, women, she's the realest. Yeah. Sheila is the real deal. Yeah. Like, I've taken like some of her little online courses and stuff. Yes. Wow. I'm so mad that I can't make the retreat. Yes. She's the real deal.
I believe that. I believe she is one of those people I talked about earlier who get mixed into the flood of the fakes. You know what I'm saying? And that shit made me so angry because I agree. I love Sheila. Like, I done messaged her a couple of times about coming on the show. I love her. I love her story. I never even really knew. I mean, I knew about yoga and like meditation and the importance of it and what it can do. I knew some about it, but I didn't really look into it until I started following her. Yeah. And I was like, damn. And knowing her story about how it helped her, it made me want to learn more about it. But then it's like, it's hard. What's
hard?
It's hard.
Yoga?
Not even yoga, but the commitment to like being able to kind of control your thoughts, meditate, control your mind, stop your thoughts. And I always hear that, you know, people think that when you're starting to meditate, you need to sit somewhere for like an hour and just meditate. But that's not true. No. Right?
That's way too much to do. Yeah. When you first start, no. Right. It's not possible. Yeah. I mean, hey, it may be possible for some people, but no. Yeah. Not with our busy minds.
That's my thing. Like, so then I was on YouTube looking like a while ago, and they were saying that if you could just train yourself for at least 2 to 5 minutes a day, start out that way, just trying to, you know, sit in silence, then it'll grow. It's like a muscle, you know? Yeah, it's just so hard. It's discipline.
Discipline is not for the weak. Okay?
Right.
It's not.
It's not.
But you can do it. You can do anything.
So you do meditation and all that stuff.
Yes. I honestly don't meditate probably as much as I should. I am starting to get more into doing that more because I honestly had to overcome some fear and anxiety. Yeah. Personally, because I have anxiety, and then after having my baby, London, the 2-year-old.
That's a beautiful name.
It was worse.
Really?
Like, girl, the postpartum.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Wow.
So after overcoming some fears and stuff, now I'm meditating more for longer periods.
Okay. Wow.
But yeah, and it's also different forms of meditation, but I know we'll get into that too.
So how Wow. So I would have never thought about meditating when you're going, because I mean, I just had a baby and I have friends who've had babies or whatever. Obviously I was dumb. And I always hear about postpartum, but I never would have thought about yoga and like meditating to like help get through that. Wow.
Girl, listen. Yoga has helped me so much.
Wow.
I remember having a panic attack, right? This is maybe like a year ago.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for yoga and learning how to breathe, I probably would have had to call 911.
Really?
Yes. Because I probably had a panic attack before, but I was probably like a teenager.
Wow.
So think about experiencing something like that as an adult that you haven't experienced in a long time.
Right.
But I came back to the breath.
Wow.
Think about that, though. You know, without the breath, there's no life.
Yes.
So I came back to that breath, and I was okay. I mean, still scared to shit
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
of me, but
Yeah.
I came back to that breath.
That is deep as hell to me. So I want to stay there for a bit. The breath, breathing. This stuff be sounding so like minimal, but this is life changing.
Yes.
Why the hell do we not like? Why is this not more so like? Why is this not ingrained in us at a younger age?
I ask myself and everybody that all the time.
Right.
Like, why did they not teach us? Like I talk to my daddy like he's my best friend, and we talk about all kind of stuff. And I'm like, Daddy, why we don't know about this stuff? Like what?
Just breathing.
Yes, something so simple. Yoga should definitely be taught in school.
It really should. Versus PE, girl. Remember having to run around in circles for what did that teach you?
Now, honestly, PE is good because you know we need to.
It's good, but you need to. Scratch PE, but line dancing. You don't need to learn how to line dance. Now I ain't gonna lie. I still know some of them line dances from when I was in elementary school, and I still know them to a T. But what did that teach me? What did that teach me? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I still was having anxiety attacks, and I couldn't line dance when I was having an anxiety attack. You know.
Damn. But
the breath, like it's just something about that topic that's making me want to just sit there, like breathing. One thing I was telling my friend, I noticed I was doing, and I don't know if you ever heard this before. I noticed that I hold my breath a whole lot, a whole fucking lot, and I feel like I didn't even didn't pick up that I was doing that.
Right.
Is that normal? Have you heard about that before?
Yes, that's normal. It's normal for a lot of people, and then it's also good that you noticed it because think about that. The more that you start to notice and grow, you're gonna notice a whole lot of different things about yourself. Like for me with yoga, I noticed that I used to like stand on the edge of my feet, like on the sides of my feet when I'm like thinking too much.
Wow.
And I even caught my kids doing it.
Oh, wow.
But that's why it's so good to do yoga because you're learning your body.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying? So you're realizing, okay, my body is doing this. And then you have to ask yourself, why is my body doing this? Why am I holding my breath?
Yeah, why am I?
Exactly. So next time you catch yourself holding your breath, what are you doing at that moment? What are you thinking about in that moment?
Wow. Huh. And so this is some good shit because I'm trying to tell you, like, I think when people think about like yoga, people who do yoga and meditation, they me included, you think surface level. Yeah. You think surface level. And that's probably why a lot of people don't do something like that could be life-changing because they're only thinking about bending. You know what I'm saying? And doing like namaste or doing the shit that, you know, that they want you to learn.
That is why so many, and I invite people to yoga and they like, girl, I'm not flexible. I'm like, you don't have to
wow.
be. Yoga
you don't?
No. It's okay though. Yeah. Because everybody thinks that, but yoga makes you flexible. Not only your body, but your mind.
So is it, okay, because maybe I'm being educated right now. So is yoga more so about the mind versus the like bending in the moves?
Yes.
I never did that.
Yep.
And see, again, let's repeat that because people need to hear that. Like, I always thought that yoga was more so about being flexible, about being able to put your ass in them damn pretzel moves, you know what I'm saying? And like be flexible, you know what I'm saying? I never associated the mental power of yoga and like how that's really more so the forefront than the bending.
Yeah. Damn. So I encourage everybody to look up and study the 8 limbs of yoga.
Oh, wow.
Asana is only one of the limbs.
The 8 limbs of, I'm writing it down, child. I need to What's asana? I've heard that word before.
Asana is the poses.
Okay.
The steady postures of the poses that you're doing.
So when you're doing yoga, because now I'm rethinking everything I thought about yoga. So when you're doing yoga, is your instructor kind of I guess that's shit. I did do yoga and they did make me breathe. They make me do stuff. Wow. Yeah. But you know what? This is how the world gets you, because people like your friend, they don't want to do yoga because they have anxiety about not being able to be flexible and not even wanting to start it or not wanting to go to a class out of embarrassment, but they're thinking of it so wrong.
Yep.
Wow.
You see how we can hold ourselves back from so much.
It's the mind.
From not being what you said earlier, open-minded. Right.
And it's just, and that's what I hope to do. So again, I have a 7-month-old and I hope to do that with my baby, because it's like, imagine, like we just said, if somebody would have taught you this, how to breathe. And like, okay, if you're getting, anxiety or getting frustrated or get upset, stop and take a deep breath. And what's going on here? Not, get a switch and be somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because that teaches you how to survive, but not how to like be disciplined.
Yes.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh my God. Girl, this is really good.
It's powerful. It's life-changing. That's why once I learned it, I'm like, okay, got to add this to the women's empowerment business.
Right.
I got to show women. And I keep it kind of at beginner's level because I want them to see that.
Right.
It doesn't take all the extra stuff. If you sit down in Indian style, AKA in yoga, easy pose, and breathe and close your eyes, you're doing yoga. The asanas are like a full body meditation, basically. Wow. So you're standing in the famous tree pose or downward facing dog, and you're breathing. Wow. You're breathing. So you're getting that peace too that we talked about.
So what goes through your mind when you're doing yoga?
Honestly, it depends on what's on my mind.
Yeah.
And sometimes different things pop up. And what I teach people in yoga is thoughts will arise. But you bring that attention back to your breath. And sometimes when I'm doing yoga, I let the thoughts come and just let them keep flowing.
Right.
Don't hold on to them. Let them flow. Just like in life too. Like you can relate yoga to everyday life. Yeah. That's why I love it so much. Think about it, like you're getting down and you're doing one of those hard poses, like pigeon pose may be hard to some people, where you're kind of like bending one leg in the front and the other is straight in the back. It's hard, right? No, it's not hard. It's uncomfortable. Wow. But just like in life, you're going to go through a lot of shit that's uncomfortable.
So true.
But if you breathe through it, you will be okay.
Wow.
It will get easier. You will master it.
Right. Again, it go back to that breathing. I don't even know what I would have some anxiety at work. So like if I had to do a meeting or if I had to be in charge or something like that, which I do often. And if I'm just learning something, I would have so much anxiety. And I don't even know where I got that from, because I look a lot at YouTube at different ways to kind of get over that kind of stuff and just, the spiritual aspect of it. And I really started focusing breathing. And I saw somebody say, you can't, and I don't even know if this is true. I never even looked this up, but somebody said that you can't, have an anxiety attack and take deep breaths at the same time.
I don't know.
I need to Google that, but it's kind of true. It do sound true. I never verified that, but anytime I find myself getting overwhelmed, especially with work, I try to stop and just take the deepest breath. And I remember years ago when I was going through my divorce, I was going to a therapist and damn, this shit need to be taught, man. Because I remember being so mad at that white man, because I'm like, I'm paying you, and he told me to breathe. I went to his office and I was telling him what was going on, and he started doing breathing techniques with me, and I was so pissed. I was so pissed, because I'm like, I'm paying you, well, my insurance paying you all this money, and I'm just sitting here breathing. I never went back. That was probably 15 years ago. But damn, it shit is important, and it's why is it swept under the rug? But you know why?
It can't be anymore.
It can't be. But you know why, though? Because it's flooded. That, as soon as something becomes popular, or as soon as people find out that something has, something works, the vultures come and they start lying and trying to, get in on a piece of the pie, and then y'all can be to the forefront. That sucks.
Yep.
That really, 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 really sucks. I cannot stand that. It makes me mad. So, okay. let's kind of go to something a little bit crazy.
Okay.
Tantric sex, right? So when I was doing research for this episode, I was like, let me figure out what else yoga can be good for. So I Googled it. So tantric sex is a slow, meditative form of sex where the end goal is not to orgasm, but enjoy a sexual journey and sensations of the body. It aims to move sexual energy throughout the body for healing and transformation. So it's a meditative form of sex.
Yep.
What do you like? Do you know anything about tantric sex?
So I don't know much about it, but it's so crazy that that's what you looked up, and literally that's what I put. It's feeling the energy of your partner, literally. So I don't know too much about it, but that's all it is.
Wow.
And it's a beautiful thing. It's a show on Netflix. I have to find it and I'll send it to you. But they went to like a workshop with, I think she was like a tantric yoga teacher, but she was just like showing how to, if you can just take your hand and move your hand upon your partner's body.
Wow.
And he was just
really?
moving, yes, jumping and shaking and crying.
With just her hand?
Just her hand. Just moving certain energies, and then she'll touch right here and he'll shake and cry. And
oh, wow.
I'm going to find that for you.
Yeah,
girl,
I need to see that. I need
like,
all the help I can get.
I want to try it.
I want to try
to dive deeper into that and go to some type of workshop.
Yeah.
Because that looked amazing.
Yeah.
Like it looked like she was literally having, both of them, like having an
body
orgasm.
orgasms, yeah, without even
That's
penetration.
what it was.
Wow.
Yep.
But see, again, it seems like all of this be going back to like the breathing and like kind of shutting down your mind. You know what I'm saying? Taking out all the clutter and disciplining your mind. Because imagine that, like a lot of friends I talk to, and they're married, they have anxiety in having sex with their partner because they're so in their head. Bitch, I could be having so much anxiety. Like, listen, everybody know, getting on top, bitch, and riding a dick, okay? I be having anxiety because I'm just like, girl, because I be feeling like I really feel like I'm on stage. I feel like I'm up there to perform, especially if I ain't had no nothing. Yeah. I have anxiety because I'm like, and you know how like, again, off topic, but we know how like if you having sex with somebody and y'all are trying to be on top and then that rhythm get off, and now y'all like going on two different rhythms. Right. Girl, that can be anxiety, but I know it's all in my head. You know what I'm saying?
In your head.
It's all in my head,
and it's gonna be okay. Yeah. The more that you continue to learn yourself and love yourself, and you and your partner connect, you're not gonna be nervous, girl. You're gonna be up there,
right? That's the goal. Like, that's literally the goal. Because I want, like, that all goes back to kind of tapping into your feminine energy, right? Like, if you're a goddess and you truly see yourself as a goddess, and I consider myself a very confident person, and I don't want nothing. I don't like the idea of nothing making me feel fear or anxiety or just the thought of somebody thinking that they have that power over me, even like with work or anything. I want nobody to think that I'm afraid of you. Be afraid of me, bitch, because you know what I'm saying? Exactly. But then I think about just any little thing that can kind of get you out of your goddess energy, and that's one of them things. Like, so do yoga? Does it like help with sex?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Think about it. So if yoga is connecting your mind, body, and soul, right? You're connecting more to you. You're getting comfortable with you. Now you know what you want. Now you know what you don't want. Now you know what you like, right? Yeah. And then think about the poses too.
That flexibility.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So it helps in so many different ways.
So like when you're having sex, I guess that would clear the clutter out of your head and make you more like tapped into it. Yeah, I really want to look into that.
Into each other. Definitely. So like, not to jump ahead, but then that goes into that manifestation part. If you and your partner are like connected, you can manifest. Yeah.
Have you like ever introduced yoga to like a partner? Yeah. Have they ever went for it, like, you know, full blown?
He does it. Yeah. Not as much as I want him to, but yeah, he does it. And I think if he would do it more, he would be amazing at it. But yeah.
So if somebody,
it helps with them too.
Think about imagine.
It. Like if we're like open and flexible, right? And they're open and flexible, they can, get all the way up in there. All the way.
Right. Not all the way. Girl, I could imagine how that would help. Like imagine if you and your partner both was in yoga and both were aligned in that way and both had the ability to breathe. That I feel like this would really change lives. Why are we not doing this?
Girl, I don't know, but we need to.
Okay, so question.
It was so beautiful.
Yeah. So question, like, if somebody who is listening, like, has never done yoga before or realized after listening to this that, damn, I need to tap more into this. Like, what's a good way to start?
Start by taking it slow. You do your research. I tell everybody, YouTube is your best friend. Because I know a lot of people shy away from classes because they might feel like, oh, I'm not flexible or I'm too skinny or I'm too big or I'm too this or I don't look like the instructor. Wow. Start with YouTube then.
Right.
5-10 minutes.
5-10 minutes. Every
day. Your body is gonna get to the point where it craves that movement and stretching.
Really?
Yes. And a lot of people don't know we hold stagnant energy in our body and emotions in our body.
Wow.
That's energy. Emotion is energy in motion. So think about it. If you're not moving that stagnant energy and stretching it out, you're going to hold on to it. That's why we may feel certain type of ways and we don't know what it is. May feel an ache in our leg and we don't know what it is. It could be a trapped emotion.
Wow.
It's a book called The Emotion Code. I forgot the author. It's pretty deep. Wow. To each his own. Yeah. He talks about those trapped emotions.
Wow, I never heard of that. But that makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
It makes a lot of sense, especially for people who feel like, we're just energy vessels, right? Like we're just energy vessels. So if you're a moving energy vessel and, you're not doing what you need to do, you're not moving your body and acting in its organic way of how it's supposed to move and how shit is supposed to be, then you're trapping shit inside of you. That makes so much sense.
It's just sitting there.
Do you ground?
Yes.
I try to do that as much as I can. Such a simple thing.
How do you ground?
I just go outside barefoot and walk around. And then when I do it, I try to be by myself and I feel like when I ground, which again, grounding is, from what you might know a bit more than me, but grounding is like just walking, I guess, on the ground barefoot, kind of like becoming one with the earth type thing. Yeah. But when I do it, I try to just walk barefoot. I try to be by myself and just kind of like, I don't know, it makes me feel something. Yeah. I feel something, I really do. I can't describe what it is, and I need to do it more. But I do feel the benefits of it, Yes. I really, really, really do.
So that's one way to ground. And some people call that earthing too. Okay. And it's exactly what she said, like going outside and stepping in the grass, feeling that nature, connecting with that energy. You can even go as far as thinking about sending all the negative energy down into the earth and receiving it back positive. Ooh, that's earthing. And that's why you feel good, because that's that nurturing, mothering energy of Mother Earth. Another way to ground is just sitting there breathing, taking a hot bath. That's all grounding.
Wow. See, why do I not do that more often? And it's so weird because sometimes when I'm grounding, I be feeling like, bitch, are you really feeling anything? But I really, really do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's my mind. Like, it's the shit in my mind that just be like, it's hard to just stop those thoughts. And just having that, like, it's just sometimes, and I know everybody got to feel this, man. It's just like having that voice in your head that starts fucking talking. Yeah. And that voice will stop you from doing a lot of things. It'll either motivate you or it'll stop you.
If we let it.
But see, you have to control yourself. I think that's where like the discipline comes from. You know what I'm saying? Like controlling the voice in your head. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's crazy. And like that, I don't know if you've seen that video. I'm like, think about it, how in the cartoons you see the devil, but it looks just like you. And then you see that angel and it looks just like you. Yeah. So that's your ego. Yeah. That's your shadow self. Yeah. And then that's your higher self. Right. You got to know which one to listen to. Wow. And you have to trust yourself more. Trust yourself. It's hard. It takes time. Like you said, it takes discipline. So what I did was started to take away those words that you just use hard. It's not hard. I'm getting there. Ooh, like we got to start by taking away watch what we say. It's not hard. We just not used to it. God.
That's powerful. Yeah. That's powerful. That's so powerful. And it makes me angry because like, I be saying that to my fiance or saying that to like my daughter or whatever, like, don't say those words, but damn, I be doing it. It's almost so innate in you to do that self-talk to yourself and talk yourself out of stuff. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I always hate to hear the words like I'm gonna try. No, you're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's talking. It's almost like talking to yourself, like being your own little taking that devil off that one shoulder and then putting that other one on your shoulder and y'all having a conversation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like just changing the way you talk to yourself.
And trusting it. And honestly, it can be a little difficult at first, just like anything that we're doing is new, right? Yeah. We just got to keep going. Wow. And it gets easier and easier. Yeah. And then that little angel voice, your higher self's going to get louder and louder.
Yeah. And, as women, I mean, and as a Black woman, like being the source of everything, like being the literal source, we have so much power, you know what I'm saying? And imagine if we tapped more into our intuitive side. Girl. It's very scary, actually.
It is.
It's very scary.
I'm so glad you said that. Now that's scary.
Yeah. With Meloney. It's scary.
Ooh, it is. Yeah. I love talking about books. It's a book about the Sibyls, and these were Black women.
The Sibyls?
Yes.
Wow.
Like you said, we started this shit. These were Black women that spoke up the dead and healed people and talked directly to the gods, and they were Black women. The Bible came from these women, Black women. That's why it's scary, because it's in us. It's natural. That's why it's like, oh shit. As we get older, we're tapping into that goddess power. Literally, that's all you're doing. That's what you're feeling when you're grounding that goddess power. Wow. Let it continue to flow.
Oh my God.
And yes, it can be scary. Yeah. But that's when we have to surrender to that, to our whoever you believe in, right? Surrender and know that, okay, you've had me up to this point, and I know you got me. Wow. Especially with that intuition tapping in. Yeah. Even, I know you got me. Right. You're gonna show me.
Wow. So, I just hate the and then I feel like me and Sean talked about this before, but I hate the brainwashing, right? I feel like society, and I'll say society, they try so hard to remove. I mean, it's been since pre-slavery days. Like they try so hard to remove us from the confidence of trusting our intuition, but also remove us from what we innately know.
Yes.
And then, but we let them, you know what I'm saying? We let them, and we become so far removed from what we have in us and just going with the flow of what's going on around us. You know what I'm saying? Like just kind of going with the flow, you know?
Mm-hmm. That's what we have to get into, right? Exactly what you said. Yeah. Learn to go with the flow, learn to trust ourselves more. And it may seem difficult, but we just got to keep going.
Right. And it makes me sad, because like I feel like sometimes, unfortunately, this is a woman thing, but this can be a Black woman thing too. Like, and I don't even want to adopt this narrative, because this isn't, I don't know if this is really, really true, but sometimes women don't help other women. And imagine if Black women came together and see the retreats, like Sheila retreat, and the real retreats that come from a good place. It makes sense. Imagine all those Black women who are kind of, aligned and kind of have the same kind of thought process in terms of like healing and growth and all that stuff, and sisterhood. Imagine if that was our norm, And that's why, like, when you see like Black Chyna evolving, you got to clap for her. Yeah. You got to clap for her. You know what I'm saying? You got to wish her the best. You got to be like, I'm happy for you, and just believe it, that this is like a real thing, because she's tapping back into her organic self. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Her organic self. That's it. And like you said, think about if we all came together. Right. Because you have a beautiful gift that I don't have. Right. And I have a beautiful gift that you don't have. Right. We're putting all of those gifts together. Wow.
It will be powerful.
Wow.
It will be powerful.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay, so I hear a lot about manifesting during sex and like manifesting during like an orgasm or like masturbation. Like, have you heard about that before?
Yes.
What are your thoughts? Like, is that a powerful thing, or?
I think it's a powerful thing, and I think it's a real thing, right? But I also think that you have to be in the right mind state to try to do something like that, and it has to be coming from a pure place. Okay. Like, what are you trying to manifest? What is your partner trying to manifest? Yeah. Is your partner on that same vibe as you? You know,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're doing it with yourself, you just want to make sure that it's coming from a pure place.
What do you mean, what do you mean a pure place?
Pure intent. Like whatever you're doing, trying to manifest, right? What is it for? You get what I'm saying?
Right. So we're talking about like, you know, women and knowing their power. So like, I feel like a lot of women, and I think we kind of tapped into this, like, you know, they don't even know their sexual power and the power that they have as sexual beings. Like, what are some things that women can do to kind of tap more into that?
Love on yourself more. Stand in the mirror but naked. For real.
Yeah,
like, really,
I just saw that earlier today or something.
Yeah, like really love your body. Get to know you. Get to know what makes you tick. What makes you happy. Like literally, even if you have goals to be smaller or bigger, you have to learn to love yourself now. That's how you tap into your power. You are the power. Right. So you tap into you, get to know you, love you.
Yeah. And
that feminine power will naturally flow.
Right. And I think the key thing you said is like people always like, well, when I lose these 5 pounds, then I'll look in the mirror naked. You know what I'm saying? Or then I'll be this. But you're right. You got to do it at whatever size, at whatever place. Tap into it now. Because honestly, people gonna gain weight, lose weight. People gonna grow hair, cut hair, whatever case might be. But you gotta love yourself even when you don't feel the most confident. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's a practice you have to do. I think standing in the mirror naked. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of women don't like being naked, much less naked in front of their partner. And again, their husbands. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does that mean? What does that say that you're married to somebody? They ain't going. It was this girl I used to work with. And she was married, and she told me that when she has to change her clothes, she goes in the bathroom and changes her clothes. She don't do it in front of her husband. And I was like, damn, like she is married and she's like hiding her body from her husband. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's not okay.
That's not okay. That's not okay. Like practicing looking at yourself or being naked. I think I'm gonna start doing that because that has to be confirmation. Because I just literally heard someone say this either this morning or last night about like walking around naked, like it takes away that fear and anxiety that we have of being naked, like being on a nude beach. I went to this nude beach like a couple of years ago.
I know that was nice,
girl. It wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. Like it wasn't a bunch of beautiful bodies. There's a lot of old people there. This was in Florida. It was a lot of older people there, so it kind of caught me off guard. And I did it. And I gotta say, I don't know, how did I feel? I felt a little bit empowered to do it, but I felt very vulnerable. I felt extremely, extremely, extremely vulnerable to be naked. I mean, butt naked on a beach around like friends. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt very vulnerable, but if I had practiced that, because why should I feel vulnerable? It's my body. You know what I'm saying? Like I think everybody should go to a nude beach and start walking around your house naked.
Yes.
That sounds like a lot. That sounds like a lot.
We need to do it. Because we have to love ourselves completely. Yeah. Completely. We have to be thankful for our bodies and everything that it has brought us through. I know. Love yourself. And if you want to change yourself, change it. You can do it.
Yeah. And I think that like we don't focus on that enough. Like being comfortable in the skin that you're in. Like just being comfortable. So I know like one thing you talk about a lot is like the goddess, the goddess energy. So how do you define a goddess?
Let's see. I wrote that down because I love that question.
Right.
I would define a goddess as a woman that is just truly herself, that truly loves herself, that is wild, free, caring, loving, giving, all of that. Like a motherly, loving, natural, free-going spirit. Right, That's a goddess.
So when you say motherly, right, do you think, because I know some people don't have kids, you think you have to have a kid to?
Nope. No. Right. I believe that every woman is a mother. At least every woman should be a mother, right? That nurturing spirit, that to nurture, to help, to give, to uplift, to love, to care. We do it for these men all the time. All the time.
Right. So you think that do you feel like all women have like healing powers? Even white women?
Especially black women, but yes, them too.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. how do you tap into your healing? Like how do you? And so I guess what does healing mean? You know what I'm saying? Like when you say healing powers, could that be something as simple as your intuition and your wisdom? Is that something considered as like healing? Or
Yes,
like,
I think so.
Yeah.
Think about it, because if your intuition is telling you to do this or don't do that, that to me, that's something that is healing.
Yeah.
Because it's helping you, right?
Yeah.
And well, that's just how I look at it. But the way that you tap into your personal goddess power is, again, by getting to know you.
Right.
Like, there's no one like you.
Right.
There's only one you.
That's true.
And that's your power.
That's
so
true.
now you dig deeper to find whatever other little special gifts you have.
Right. That's
And
beautiful.
the more I grow, it's like layers. Layers.
Right.
It's like, wow, okay.
Wow.
Now I see why I went through this.
Yeah.
Now I see why I went through that. And now I see why I have to do this. And it's just.
What's the most recent thing that you've learned about yourself? Like, new thing?
That's a good question. You just gonna throw it
Threw that little out. That's not an outline, bitch.
in here. No, I'm just playing. I guess that I love nature. And I don't know what has been drawing me back to it, but something has been calling me back out to nature. Like, I can show you pictures in my phone. Like, I want to just walk straight in the woods.
Wow.
I don't know what's in there.
Really?
Yes, girl. And I remember being a child, and I love being outside. I don't care how hot it is.
Right.
I'll stay outside.
Right.
So I don't know if that's something that I'm tapping back into, if it's something from my past.
Yeah.
But I'm being drawn to nature.
That's beautiful.
And then it's like, I'm sorry for cutting you off.
No.
I'm a little weird. But, okay, so my name is Brooke.
Yeah.
That means a stream of water.
Yeah.
I'm a Pisces. That's a water sign.
Oh, wow.
And I just love water, right? So it's like no matter where I go, if I go in the woods, I'm attracted to like a stream, a brook. I don't know what it is.
That makes me curious of what that means.
I don't know.
Because
It's
water
something.
means something. What does water mean?
It's like healing. It's flow.
Okay.
Fluidity, like just flowing.
Wow.
And it's crazy, right? Because that's what I teach and tell people, just flow.
Yeah.
So it's like it's all connected.
Yeah. And a lot of Pisces I know they are healers. Like, I know we all are, but it's something about Pisces women that have such a strong feeling of healing. I have a friend that's a Pisces, and she's always trying to kind of find out what her purpose is, right? Because like, some people's purpose is doing hair. Some people's purpose is, you know what I'm saying, doing less, whatever the case might be. Right. But I guess she used to get frustrated that it always came back to her that her purpose was to be a healer, and she never knew what that meant. But to me, that's the most important thing it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know. Like how do you even begin? And maybe with the yoga, I guess, kind of just being present and being silent. But how, if a person like her felt such a strong like connection with being a healer, how do you hear that? Like how do you know how to tap into being a healer if you know that's your thing, that's your power?
Well, for me personally, I can say that it started from childhood for me. So it had to be something that she was always doing.
Right.
It had to be something that she was always connected to, like you said, something that she was always coming back to.
Yeah.
And me, as a child, I could sense other people's feelings. I could sense what other people were hurt. And stuff like that. So, and then I always had this urge to help. Wow. So it's like, maybe it's that one thing, and my cousin said this to me one time, that one thing that you want to do that you wouldn't be paid for.
Oh, God.
That you wouldn't charge for. What is that?
Yeah, Jesus. Could you imagine if you could do that, girl? Imagine the fulfilled life you would have if you could just do what came to you naturally.
You can. Why can't you?
I mean, you can, and you're right, you can, period of the sentence. I guess sometimes we just, I know personally for me, I get so engulfed in working. I got to work. I got a stressful job. Then I got to get off work. I got to take care of my baby. Then you got to do these things. And sometimes there's so little time left for you. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's something I'm really, really struggling with, especially having a new baby. Like, I'm used to getting off work and then all the time is mine to do with what I want, to organize. I like to be structured, organized, everything, every hour is accounted for, you know what I'm saying? But when you are like a mother and, a partner and like a worker, whatever it's hard to kind of find me time. Balance. Yeah. It's hard to find balance, and I'm actually really struggling with that because I really don't have a lot of dedicated me time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so, I enjoy my podcast. I truly enjoy my podcast. I would do it if I didn't have no followers, if I didn't have no streams, but I do. But I would do it because it's something that I enjoy. It's something that comes naturally to me. But man, it's trying to find that time, it's hard. But don't say it's hard. But you just said don't say it's hard. Right. Listen, it's not hard. It can be a challenge. It can be a challenge. It can be a challenge
of the way things are set up. But you just have to kind of find ways to implement that time, make that time. Yeah. You have to set up time to take some time off. Yeah. Do that. Yeah. We got to remember to take time for ourselves, whether it's waking up a little bit early, doing something before you go to bed. Yeah, like find times to fit you in there so that you can structure your life to do this full time.
Right. You're right. Because that's the goal, child. Quit
my
day job. To quit my day job.
It's coming.
Listen, so last thing, you were just talking about, having that like healing, like as a Pisces, as a woman that you are an empowerment coach. You empower women. You're a natural healer. One thing that has always affected me, because I've gone through it and I can feel it sometimes with people, is like a lot of women are out here depressed. They're out here lonely. They have very dark thoughts. Women, like I was just saying, we do so much. We hold so many hats, and you pour into everything and everybody, and really don't have time for yourself. And it's a lot of depressed, lonely women. You know what I'm saying? Like, what advice do you give to them? Like, first of all, I want to know, why do you think that's so prevalent, especially with women? And then it's like, what advice do you have for them?
I think it's so prevalent with women because of what we said about how all women are those natural nurturers. Yeah. We're always doing, like you said, giving, pouring into other people
with nothing in ourselves.
Yes. So we have to take that step back, and give ourselves that love that we give to everybody else, and know that we deserve that same love and energy that we pouring into other people. We got to start pouring it into ourselves. Right. That's where we start, and removing everything and anything that does not serve our highest good.
Yeah, I'm a big out girl. That's something new. That's something new I've learned. Again, that's why you shouldn't be doing a lot of stuff when you're super young, because you're still learning yourself. Yeah. Like, I just kind of try to train myself to, if something doesn't serve me, if I'm around people and the energy, I used to do this so much, to where I would force myself to be around people or things that made me feel uncomfortable, or the energy just felt off when I was around certain things and people. But I thought more about, well, damn, if I'm not around this person, then they might feel bad. So let me make myself feel uncomfortable for this 2 hours just to make somebody else feel better. You know what I'm saying? People pleaser.
Can't do that.
No, we can't do that.
No more people pleasing.
I know. And I'm learning that. Like, I'm learning that because I feel like sometimes we're so big, especially if you're from the South, you're so big into traditions, you know what I'm saying? And just like family and and everything first, family first, husband first, whatever first. But it's like, damn, like, what about me? What about me? Like, I should not be last on my list. I should not be last at all.
So that's how we come up out of that depression, is putting ourselves first on that list.
Right.
Being mindful of who we keep in our corner. All of that. Watching not only what we eat, but what we watch, what we listen to. Like, all of that matters.
Right. I agree.
It really does.
It really does.
The more I grow and see, like you said, like, okay, now I see. Now I see why I shouldn't have did this when I was younger, and that. But it's like, it's all a part of the journey.
It is, girl. And
it's beautiful too.
And that goes back to what you said earlier about Christian, right? Because like, it is a journey. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's actually, if you take a step back about maybe where you were like last year or 2 years ago and where you are now, it's like a veil is like slowly being uncovered. You know what I'm saying? Every day, every month, every year, it's like you're learning these new things. Like, imagine going from being a people pleaser to be like, fuck that. Like, I'm about to stay home. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna feed myself and pour into myself before I make somebody else feel better. Again, these are such simple things. We make it so hard.
Make it so hard.
And it
doesn't have to be.
It really don't.
And those simple things bring on that peace.
I know.
Man.
I know.
Saying no when you really want to say no, you're going to feel so much peaceful.
I know. One thing, this lady I follow, her name is Malik. I don't know if you follow Malik, but if you don't follow her, you would love her. Okay. She's like this, she's a black lady, and she's just, I'm not even sure what, she has a business, but she has all these like gems that she drops. She's a younger lady, I think maybe like in her early 40s. And she was like, Black women especially need to understand that no is a complete sentence.
Bam.
You know what I'm saying?
I swear.
Like no is a complete sentence. Like you can say no. Saying no to something or somebody is not a bad thing. Nope. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not a bad thing. No, period. And that's not a bad thing.
And I don't have to explain.
You don't have to explain, girl. And I used to be so bad at that. Like, girl, I would give myself so much anxiety, and so like I'm not a really good liar. So if I gotta tell a lie, I gotta practice that shit in my head so much to where it becomes real. And I would go through all these loops and circles just to find a reason why I ain't gotta go to something. And that's stupid. Yeah. And that's immature.
I would over explain myself.
Oh God.
So I know I did the same thing. So I know exactly where you are, and it's stupid. Okay because you have a pure heart. Yeah. You're a beautiful person. You have a beautiful heart. So that's all. Girl. But everybody don't deserve that love.
You right.
And you got to give yourself that love first. And then what's left over.
And what's left, yeah. You can't pour, like I always heard a pastor say, you can't pour from an empty cup. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not fair to you, and you can't pour from an empty cup. And honestly, tomorrow's not promised, so you really don't want to be out here giving your last, and you just never know. You know what I'm saying? But listen, Brooke, I'm so happy. Listen. Transparent moment. My brother, who be on the show, I know y'all be seeing him on the show with his little opinions. He knows Brooke, and he was like, I got somebody that should be on your show. She's a good vibe. She's whatever. I'm like, who is who? And I was like, who? But this has been really good. Like this has been a really good conversation. Yes. Like this, I love when I have episodes where it's a genuine vibe, it's a genuine conversation. But it's not only that, it's something that's feeding people. Like again. Like I might not have about like 1 million followers, but it's like I know people listen to this show. I get pretty good streams, and the fact that people are gonna have takeaways from this show, that shit make me feel so good because I got takeaways. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a list of takeaways from this show, and that makes me feel so good. Yes. Brooke, where can we find you if you want to book an appointment? If you want to listen. I'm so excited. I'm gonna tell you. This has been some confirmation. This is. I'm getting chills. I'm not being dramatic, but y'all, I'm getting chills because it's some stuff that you said throughout this show that was confirmation for me on a lot of things. Like I swear to God, I'm getting chills. It was some things that you have said that I heard like this morning or yesterday that was confirmation for me. And I literally said to myself this morning, and I guess this is God saying you better. I said I need a journal. I need to journal every day. And I'm like, well, I don't even know where that thought came from, but this morning it hit me very strong that I need a journal. And then Brooke bought me one of her journals. Listen, where can we order these journals? So my website is right there. It's www.thepowerwithinbybc.com. Yes. My journals are on there, $10. Oh, I love this. Thank you. I even have where I put up journal prompts. Like I update it every so often on my blog. So I put up journal prompts. I do sell clothes, like workout clothes, yoga clothes. I do offer one-on-ones. Right now, I am not. Because of my work schedule. Yeah. But starting this month, I will be teaming up with another girl, and we'll be doing yoga, boxing, and cardio all in one. Oh, wow. Okay. And so what's your Instagram? My Instagram is The Power Within by BC. Okay, The Power Within by BC. I'm going to have all of this in the show description. You can get your journal. You can schedule all types of things. Y'all, listen, I am so happy that you came on the show. I'm so thankful. I'm so happy. I love your show. This is amazing. You are beautiful. Oh, thank you. Sorry, and girl. We got this, girl. I'm excited. I'm excited. God is power. Listen, where is my exit? I can't even find my exit. Music. Thank you so much. I'm gonna have all the details in the bottom of the show, guys. We're gonna see you next week. Yes. With Meloney P. That's scary with Meloney P. Come on. Here we go.